Namaste Gurukulians. Hope all of you are healthy, fit and fine at your home, and welcome back to our channel, the Gurukul Innoheady. I hope that all of you are enjoying our videos, and please, if you have some queries with respect to the content of the study material, please kindly send your messages on the WhatsApp group in which you have already been added of the different subjects. Clear? So today I am going to start the next part of chapter number 3 of this Flamingo book. Please carry this book in your hand. Flamingo. Flamingo is the name of the bird, and here it is the name of the book. On the title of the bird, the book's title has been given. Clear? So please carry this book in your hand, and this chapter number 3. This is the chapter number 3, Deep Water. We had started the day before yesterday, and now today itself we are going to start the second part of the chapter Deep Water, written by William Douglas. Please carry a pen and pencil in your hand and get ready to underline the difficult words, because in the previous video I had already summarized the story, what is the content matter, and this is an autobiography of the writer William Douglas. He was an American writer, and he had described his two horrified experiences of his childhood days, and after these experiences he had described how did he overcome his fear. Clear? So today we are going to start word to word reading. Please get ready, students. Deep water. Students, if you have seen my previous video, in part number 1 I have told you deep water is a short excerpt. EXCERPT. Excerpt means it is a short part of William Douglas' greatest book of Men and Mountain. Of Men and Mountains. Clear? This is the book written by William Douglas, and this is the short part of this wonderful book. Right? In this part, William Douglas, Mr. William Douglas. Mr. William Douglas has beautifully depicted about his two horrified experiences of his childhood days. Clear? During his childhood days, how did he have the aversion of water, the fear of water, and how did he overcome that fear? So please open page number 25. This is the page number which on. Clear? Because the first paragraph we have already done in part number 1. I think the last line is pending. I am going to start. I hated to walk naked into bed and show my skinny legs. In the previous video, if you do remember, let me do the recap of the previous video. In the previous video, I had told you William Douglas, he was insisting before his mother in order to seek the permission to pay a visit to YMCA pool. Clear? I told you that he was insisting to YMCA pool. It was a swimming pool which was located on the bank of Yakima River. Clear? Yakima River was a treacherous river. It was dangerous river. The flow of water was very fast. Right? So when he was seeking permission from his mother, she was having a fear, and she started stopping. William Douglas, you are pretending, you are emphasizing yourself, and you are insisting to pay a visit to Yakima River. You don't know about this treacherous river. So many people, those who used to boast of themselves that they were perfect swimmers, they have lost their lives, and you are merely a student. How could you survive? That means I cannot allow you. But he said that, oh my dear mother, I don't want to go to Yakima River. I simply want to pay a visit to YMCA pool. He said that the pool was safe, the river was dangerous. I will not enter. I would not enter in Yakima River. I would enter simply in YMCA pool. And the location of the pool he had described. On one side it had the depth of nearly 2 and 3 feet, but on the other other side. It had the depth of 9 feet approximately. Then you know very well, boys, in front of the insist of the students, in front of the insist of the children, mother and father, they have to both, they have to lean, they have to become lenient before their children. So that's why his mother, she had permitted him that you may go, and a swimming costume was brought for the writer, and he started going to there. Underline the one thing, when he paid a visit to YMCA pool, his age was 11 years old only. Clear? So he said that I hated to walk naked into it and show my skin legs. Naked means without clothes. N-A-K-E means without clothes. Clear? He said that the writer, he was feeling shy. He was feeling hesitation in order to get entered in the swimming pool naked. He did not want to get entered inside. So that's why a little bit costume he had worn. He was feeling shy to show his skinny legs. Skinny means very thin. Very thin. Clear? The very thin legs he was having. The people and otherwise they would make fun of me. I was feeling hesitation. Clear? And he simply felt little bit hesitation in order to get entered naked into the water, and he simply wanted to enter by wearing some swimming costumes. He did not want to show his legs. But I subdued my pride and did it. But I subdued means that I had to suppress. I had to just win. I had to suppress. Okay. Subdued means suppressing as that. Yeah. I had to suppress my feelings, my desire from inside, because no option was there in front of me. That's why, and I did it, and I got entered into the pool. From the beginning, from the very beginning, however, I had an aversion to the water. Aversion, A-V-E-R-S-I-O-N. Aversion means hate. He was having the hate of water. Why did he have a hate of water? Why did he have the aversion of water? Students, he was having aversion of water because I told you in my previous video, when he was merely a little boy, he was at the age of nearly 3 and 4 years old. He used to go to the sea beach along with his father, and his father, he used to roam along with him on the sea beach. Clear? One day, when he was clinging back to his father, he was riding on the back of his father. Suddenly, a strong wave came, and the boy, he dropped the grip of his father, and he fell down. Water swept over him, and the boy almost had lost his breathing. This was a panic situation for him, and since that day, he started having an aversion of water. And when I was in it, means again, when he entered into the pool, the same aversion, the same hatred, the same fear. Listen, bacho, aversion means hatred, and aversion we are relating to fear as well as. Because if you do fear, if you have a fear to something, automatically after some time, that you start feeling a sense of hatred towards the object. Clear? He was having a fear, no doubt in this matter. So slowly, by the passage of time, his fear got changed into hatred. So same kind of aversion came back to his mind. Okay, when he entered into the pool, into the water. Then this started when I was 3 and 4 years old. Here he is describing why, how did he get his fear of water. He said that merely when writer was nearly 3 and 4 years old, and my father took me to the beach in California. California, it's a state in America, as I have already depicted. So he used to go with his father regularly on the sea beach in California. Clear? He and I stood together in the surf. S-U-R-F. S-U-R-F. Surf means collection of waves. Collection of waves with some bubbles. Okay, if you have seen, some of you, if you might have paid a visit to the sea beach, so you must have seen whenever the sea water is coming on the beach, it is striking to maybe cliff, it means Chattan rock, clear? Suppose the water is striking to the cliff, suppose water is striking to your feet, or water is striking to anything else, any object. So automatically some bubbles, it is producing white color of bubbles, clear? It is called surf, S-U-R-F, surf, clear all of you? So when he and his father, both of them, they were moving on the surf, then yet the waves knocked me down. Knocked me means it hit me, okay? Means I was clinging back to my father. I was riding on the back of my father. Suddenly a strong wave came, okay? It was hitting me, and because of the pressure of the water, I dropped the grip of my father and fell down, clear? And the water swept over me. I was lying on the beach and water swept over me. My whole body was underwater. I was buried in water. Buried means I was drowned. Here, buried means B-U-R-I-D. Buried means under. Okay. I was underwater. My whole body was drowned under the water. And so my breath was gone. Almost I had lost my breath. I was frightened. Yes, fear occurred to my mind. The terror, it seized my heart and mind. Father laughed. I was panicked. But my father, he started laughing. But there was a terror in my heart at the overpowering force of the waves. Overpowering means very strong forces of the waves. One wave came, it went back. Then again came, then it went back. Then again came, it went back. Means this was the continuous process of the waves. And each wave, when it was coming with confidence and with more power. Clear? That is called overpowering. Overpowering strength. Because water is the symbolization of power, you know very well, boys. And that's why this incident had filled a lot of aversion of water in the mind of the writer. My introduction of the YMCA swimming pool revived unpleasant memories. Revived means I started remembering. Okay, R-E-V-I-V-E. Revive means remembering my past memories. When I entered into YMCA pool, my old past memories when I was 3 or 4 years old, those memories means I was about to die. That memory had occurred to my mind and my mind was completely seized. So, unpleasant memory. Unpleasant memory means the memory which I didn't like. Okay, unliked memories. And stirred childish fears. Stirred means that I was stunned. Okay, I was stunned with childish fear. Childish means very bad. Fears means, you know very well fear. Okay, dar in Hindi translation. So the old childish fears came back to my mind as I entered into YMCA pool. Water is water, whether it is swimming pool water, whether it is river water, or whether it is sea water. Clear? He was having, the writer Mr. William O. Douglas was having the aversion of water. That's why. But in a little while, but after 2 and 3 minutes, I gathered confidence. Gathered means I collected my willpower. My confidence came back. I paddled with my new water wings. Paddle means that to move legs in this way. Clear? Paddled. P-A-D-D-L-E-D. To move legs in water. Okay, I started moving my legs into the water by collecting my willpower, because I told you that the two sides were there of the pool. Suppose this is the swimming pool, right? Okay, this has 2 feet depth and this has 9 feet depth. So he was here. Clear? By holding the railings on the side. So these are the railings and he was holding the railings and then he started doing carried with his legs in this way. Okay. So he started enjoying watching the other boys along with him. He was not alone in the pool. Many boys, they had already entered into the pool. He started copying the boys simply and trying to learn by aping them. Aping means copying them. Okay, imitating them. Aping. Imitating. Nakal karna. Clear? He started imitating the other boys by how they are doing, and in the same manner, if they were moving their legs, he started moving his legs. They were moving their arms in the same manner, he started moving his arms. It means, in short, he was enjoying, and nearly 2 or 3 feet water depth was there, and no fear for him. Right? So then, trying to learn by aping them, I was learning new things. I did this 2 or 3 times on different days. Means different days. I started coming to my MCA pool regularly, 1 hour per day in the evening. And for next 2 and 3 days, I was continuously doing this activity and was just beginning to feel at ease in the water. Ease means feeling comfortable. I started feeling comfortable into the water after 2 and 3 days. Slowly and slowly, my fear was going away. When the misadventure happened, but suddenly after 3 days, another misadventure, another second incident took place. Bacho, please underline. The first incident was there. He had described when he was at the age of 3 and 4 years old, and he went to a sea beach. There, a wave came over his body, and he was buried under the water. Clear? This was the first incident, and here he is going to describe the second incident which took place in YMCA pool. Right? Now please pay attention. I went to the pool and no one else was there. One day when he paid a visit to YMCA pool, okay, he was surprised. Nobody was there except him. Nobody had come. The place was quiet, completely silent. The place was silent. The water was still. Moment was not in water. The water movement will take place whenever the boys they would enter into the swimming pool. But nobody had entered till then. That's why the water was quiet, and tiled bottom was as white and clean as a bathtub. Tiled bottom. Tile means the floor tile. If you have paid a visit to swimming pool, have you seen swimming pool? Yes, definitely you might have seen. If you have not seen, then check on YouTube, on Google Map, you will see automatically. Clear? But I think so. I am damn sure that most of you have seen the swimming pool. If you see swimming pool, so you can see with your eye the crystal clear water is there, because they are adding some chemicals, chlorophene and some other chemicals in order to purify the water. Clear? So you with your naked eyes you can see the tiled bottom. Tiled bottom means floor tiles are there in the bottom under the water. Clear? With your eyes crossing the water and you can see with crystal clarity in the bottom. The tiles were over there. Right? And so he started watching the tiled bottom. It was looking like bathtub into the bathroom. Some of you might be having bathtub in your washroom, in your bathroom. Clear? And there you can enjoy by lying into the bathtub, and the water is coming with some pipe or maybe some shower, and you can take a bath. It was just looking like a bathtub, natural bathtub. I was timid about going in alone. I was feeling hesitation. Timid means feeling hesitation. T-I-M-I-D means feeling hesitation. Right? I was feeling hesitation in order to get entered into the pool because nobody was there. This was the habit of the writer that without the company of anybody else, he dared not to get entered into the water. And so I sat on the side of the pool to wait for others. He sat on the side of the pool, on the edge. Edge means kinara. He sat on the edge of the CBG, edge of the pool, and started waiting for some companion. If some boys are coming over there, then he would dare to get entered into the pool. Otherwise, he would not enter because he had a fear of water. Clear out of all of it? Then I had not been there long when it came for a big bruiser of a boy. I had not been there long means maximum few minutes, 3, 4, maximum 5 minutes had been passed away. The long time had not been passed by sitting along. In Hindi translation, मुझे वहाँ पर बैठे ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं हुआ था. Clear? I had not been passing time there by sitting along when I saw big bruiser. Bruiser means with big physical structure. There was a strong chap. Chap means a boy. Okay, a physically strong boy. Probably 18 years old. 18 years old. Physically strong boy. Clear? Big bruiser. Bruiser, B-R-U-I-S-E-R. B-R-U-I-S-E-R. Physically strong. Okay. Physically strong boy. He paid a visit over there. He had thick hair on his chest. Very thick hair he was having on his chest. He was a beautiful physical specimen. Looking physical, good physical body he was having. And with legs and arms. His legs and arms were showing his muscles. Good, solid muscles. That showed rippling muscle. Rippling means solid muscles. Okay. He yelled. Yelled means he cried loudly. Hi, Skinny. Skinny means, I told you that he was very thin. Yeah. Skinny, I written. Skinny means very thin. Hi, thinny boy. Hi, skinny boy. He said that. How would you like to be ducked? Means that what are you doing by sitting outside? Why don't you get entered into the pool? While with that he picked me up and I was opposing. Means that I didn't know how to swim into the water then. Immediately he did not listen to me. Suddenly he picked me into his arms and tossed me. Tossed means throw. Here. T-O-S-S-E-D. Tossed means he threw. T-H-R-E-W. He tossed me, he threw me into the pool, into the depth of water. And then I landed in a sitting position. I had got entered into the depth of water where the depth was 9 feet. In this position, not in that place, he had tossed me, he had thrown me into the depth of 9 feet. I landed in a sitting position. Means I entered into the water in a sitting position. Suppose if I was sitting in this way and I entered into this way, I was not lying. Means suppose whenever if you have seen some swimmers, they are jumping into the water flat, they are going in this way. Clear? Some are diving in this way, but he went in this way, sitting position. He entered into the water in sitting position. Then swallowed water means he engulfed water. He got panic and water entered into his mouth and he chopped his throat. So, and went at once at the bottom and immediately he went on the bottom. So sorry, he started moving towards the bottom, then he came back to surface. First of all, he was moving to bottom. Bottom means talhati, and he got panic and his journey got started towards the bottom. I was frightened, I was feared, but not yet frightened out of my wits. Wits means intellectuality. I started thinking. Clear? I just got a confidence. I controlled my willpower. Look wise. Suppose if you are in a critical situation sometime, right? And somebody is going to attack on you. At that time, you know very well that you would have to die. Clear? But at least you would try your level best in order to protect your life in your self-defense. Right? Similarly, in the same manner, the boy, the writer, Mr. William O. Douglas, clear? Even he tried his level best, he controlled his willpower and he made a plan out of his wits, out of his mind, out of his intellectuality. And on my way down, I made a plan. A plan was made by me when I was going downwards. When my feet hit the bottom, when my feet, mere pav, hit the bottom, would touch the bottom, then I would make a jump. I would make a jump in this way. Highly, I would come on the surface of the water. Come to the surface, lie on the flat. I would be lying on the flat. I would lie flat on the surface of water and pedal to the edge. Pedal means I would move my legs. I would move my arms in this way. Okay. by pedaling with my legs and arms, maybe, probably, shayad, I may be saved. Clear? It was his plan, and he was making out of his mind that once if my feet touched the bottom, then I would jump. Clear? With my fully wit and confidence, with my willpower, and would come on the surface, lie flat over there, would do pedaling, and then I may come to the edge means kinara, then I might be safe. Right? He was thinking. Then it seemed a long way, but the things were opposite to the writer. It seemed a long way down. It means very slowly he started moving downwards. Those 9 feet, the 9 feet depth in which he was going, those 9 feet were more than 90 means. It seemed it was not 9 feet, it was a depth of 90 feet. Very slowly he was going, and before I touched bottom, with my lungs were ready to burst. Before I could be able to reach on the bottom, and I would try my level best to jump. But before that, my lungs, okay, lungs, it is in our body, my lungs, they were about ready to burst, means they had lost their breath. My lungs almost, my favorite, almost had lost its breath. Now what to do? I was panicking completely. But when my feet hit the bottom, I summoned. Summon means collected. Clear? Right in here. S-U-M-M-O-N-E. Summon means I collected. Simply, I summoned, I collected my willpower. Okay? And made what I thought was a great swing upwards, and I just tried my level best to come forward. I jumped with my force. I imagined. I started thinking in my imagination. My mind was active at that time. I would go to the surface like a cork. Cork, actually, if you have paid a visit to swimming pools, you might have seen thermoballs. Clear? With the help of some thermoballs, people are just floating on the surface of water. Thermoball, it doesn't make them drown into the seawater. Means they cannot sink. Suppose if you are swimming by having a thermoball and you are holding it to your chest in this way, clear, and you are paddling. So definitely whether you are entered into 20 feet water, 30 feet water, whether you are in sea water, whether you are river water, you cannot sink. So and suppose whenever if you are taking the cork into the bottom and you release it, it would jump like a bullet. It would come on the surface like a bullet. So he was thinking that means I would come on the surface like a bullet, like a cork. But nothing happened like that. Aisa kuch nahi hua. What happened? And instead, iske bajaye, I came up very slowly. At first, underline it, he was coming very slowly in this way. When he collected his willpower, almost his breath had been gone, his lungs were ready to burst. And then anyhow he jumped, and slowly he started coming on the surface in this way. Then I opened my eyes. Eyes were closed into the water. When the writer opened his eyes, I saw nothing but water. Everywhere, here, there, everywhere water was water. That had a dirty yellow tint to it. Means it was yellow and dirty water. Yellowish water was there everywhere. I could not see properly what was there in my surroundings. I grew panically. Panically means I got feared. Fear occurred to my mind more and more. I reached up as if to grab a rope. When I was coming here and I was coming on the surface, I started putting my legs and hands here and there. Maybe, probably, I might get a rope, I might get a ladder or some other using helping materials, but nothing happened to me. And my hands clutched only at water. When I was opening my fist, I closing my fist and opening, only water was being grasped by my fist. In my palm, only water was coming, nothing using material, no rope, no ladder, no other material like cork and some other things. I could not find anything else. So I was suffocating. Suffocating means that, in Hindi translation, dam ghutna. I was suffocating. I was losing my breath completely. I tried to yell. Yell means cry. Clear? Yell, Y-E-L-L. Yell means cry. Okay. I tried to cry. I was trying to cry out of my throat, but no sound came out because my head was buried under the water. Then my eyes. First of all, my head came outside. Then my forehead came. Then my eyes and then nose came out of water. Up to here I was out of water, but not my mouth. My mouth still it was buried under the water. I flamed at the surface of water. I was floating on the surface of water. I tried my level best to engulf little bit breathing as I opened my mouth in order to take breath, but unfortunately I swallowed. I swallowed only water and it choked my throat and I started coughing in this way. Whenever suppose if you are panic, you have gone into the pool, you don't know how to swim, you would try your level best to take breath because your body needs breathing. Clear? It needs oxygen. When oxygen is not being provided properly to your body, what would happen? Your body will be choked, your throat will be choking, you will feel suffocation and you would automatically start doing coughing. Clear? So these things, these activities one after one, it was being reflected out of the body of the right Mr. William Douglas. Right? So I tried to bring my legs up. I was trying to take my legs upwards, but they hung, they were just hanging as they dead weights. It means my legs, they seemed dead. Means my legs were looking like dead. Paralyzed and rigid. Rigid means in Hindi translation ziddi. Suppose if you are releasing the order and the person doesn't listen to you. I was releasing order to my legs to get up to walk, but legs were saying that means I would not walk. They were looking like paralyzed. A great force was pulling me under and a strong force was pulling me again under the water and I was going my second journey got started towards the bottom. I screamed. I was screaming loudly into the water. I was crying loudly. But only the water heard me. Nobody else could listen my voice outside. Only me and my heart can listen my voice. Nobody else. I had started on a long journey back. My second journey, the long journey, started moving towards 90 feet. Means, in short, it was 9 feet depth, but it seemed, I told you, it seemed 90 feet. Clear? So, second journey got started back to the bottom of the pool. I struck at water as I went down, expending my strength as one in nightmare fights as irresistible force. Nightmare means the bad dream. Clear? Write down here. Suppose whenever if you are swimming in the night, different kinds of dreams you are having. Sometimes good dreams, sometimes bad dreams you are having. So it was like a bad dream for him. He had closed his eyes. Okay, and somebody, some weapon, some dragon might have come in front of him, and he, along with the dragon, was fighting, was quarreling. Clear? And just with irresistible force. Irresistible force means useless force. The force whatever he was putting and it was completely useless. I had lost all my breath. My breath had completely been lost. My lungs ached. My pain had been started in my lungs. And my head throbbed. Throb means in this way. Clear? My head was throbbing. I was getting dizzy. Dizzy means I was getting drowsy. I was getting unconscious. Behosh ho raha tha. But I remembered the strategy, but again I made a second strategy, a second plan in my mind, out of my intellectually, out of my wits. I would spring from the bottom of the pool and come like a cork to surface. Same thing, I started making a strategy into my mind. Once again, if my feet touched the bottom, I would jump by summoning my power and would come on the surface like a cork, like a bullet. But nothing happened like that. What happened? And I would lie flat on the surface. I was thinking that I would be lying flat on the surface of water, strike out my legs. I would open my legs and arms and thrash my legs. I would move my legs. Then I would get to the edge of the pool. Then I would be coming definitely to the edge of the pool. I would come on the bank of the pool, kinare par, and be safe. Maybe I may be safe. This is the second planning he was making in his mind. But nothing happened. this kind of terror only the person would know who was practically experiencing, and I was one of them. That kind of terror which doesn't have any control. No one can control that terror. No one can understand who has not experienced. If you are not experiencing, you cannot understand that kind of terror which I was experiencing, because I was going under the water. I was about to die. My death was near. My end was near. I had declared. And I was shrinking underwater. I was going underwater. I was buried underwater. I was paralyzed underwater, stiff, rigid with fear, helpless, hopeless with fear of water. Even the springs when I was crying in my throat were frozen. Now this time I could not cry. My throat had completely been frozen, ceased. Only my heart and the pounding in my head, which I was throbbing into my head, said that I was still alive. Little bit throbbing I was having in my head, and my heartbeat, it was going with a high pulse in this way. Suppose if you touch your pulse, if you touch your heartbeat, it usually goes in this way, like this, in this way. But his heartbeat was going like that. He was about to get heart attack, maybe brain hemorrhage. His head was moving in this way. Clear? It means completely he was into the mouth of death. Right? So, and then in the midst of the terror came a touch of reason, and then in the midst of this terror, a touch of reason came into my mind. I must remember to jump. Even then I was making a strategy that I would jump when I hit the bottom. At last I felt the tiles under me, means the tile floor which was under the water on the bottom. My feet touched the bottom finally, second time. Clear? My toes, punji, my toes reached out as if to grab them, means they were going to grab it. They just wanted to summon the power to come on the surface like a god. They want to jump. I jumped with everything I had. I was trying to jump by collecting my willpower, but the jump made no difference. Nothing happened because I was weak, too weak to jump. The water was still around me. I looked for the ropes. I was pulling my legs and hands in this way to find out some ropes, some ladders, some water wings like logs and others, but nothing was found. Nothing, no helping material I could find. Nothing but water. Everywhere water was water. A mass of yellow water. Plenty of, so much water. Means many gallon of water. Yellowish water. It held over me. Stark terror took an even deeper hold me. Strange kind of terror. It was, dominating. It was completely dominating on me. It was having a hold, a grasp on me. I was completely under panic stricken, like a great change of electricity. Suppose just like a great shock of electricity I had got in this way. I shook and trembled with fright. I was shocking and I started trembling with fear. My arms would not move. Now this time I was moving my arms, but my arms got paralyzed. It could not move properly now. And my legs, it would not move no more. I tried to call for help to mother. Nothing happened. I started remembering my mother. This is the natural habit of human beings. Whenever, suppose if you are panic, if you are in a great trouble, usually you first of all call your mother in the same manner. Even William O. Douglas, he called his mother by heart for his help. Clear? So boys, I think so you might have listened up to now. It's the second part in which I have told you the second experience, and by tomorrow in the next video I will tell you how did he overcome this fear and how his life was saved. Now this time almost the boy was died, but you will be surprised to see that the boy was not died, he was saved. And how he was saved and what did he do after that? What was the strategy did he make in his mind to overcome his fear, to have victory over the fear? I will tell you in his third and fourth part. I hope that please that you will be paying attention towards all the parts, and if you have some queries with respect to the content of the material, please send the messages on the group in which you have already been added, and do the question answers which are given in the on PDF file. Clear? And write down all these difficult words which I have written on the board. Clear? So I hope that you might have enjoyed this part number 2. So till then, have a nice day.